Yo, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is pretty special because I've finally bought a bike of my own. And I know what you're probably thinking, Will, you're a mountain bike content creator, surely you already have a bike of your own. But sadly, that's not the case. So I'll quickly try and explain my situation to you. Basically, I left sponsorship at the end of 2022. I decided to take a break from it, and I decided during 2023 I just wanted to test out a few different bikes of different brands, make some content, have a bit of fun, you know. So I did that, and I also filmed quite a lot in 2023. You might have seen on the channel I invested quite a bit into camera gear and shot a lot of videos of my friends or professional riders, which hopefully you enjoyed. But even though I really enjoyed 2023, I decided that I wanted to get back into the sponsored rider game for 2024. But as many of you may know, the mountain bike industry is in a bit of a crazy place at the moment.
Where's my money, bitch? I ain't gonna keep asking nice!
So that turned out to be a bit harder than expected. I had something lined up, which I was really excited about, but sadly, budgets got cut last minute, so I've ended up without a ride for 2024. Which is fine, I know a lot of people are in that same boat. So I decided there was no better thing to do than start looking for second-hand bike deals online. I've been spending weeks looking through Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Gumtree, Pinkbike, you name it, I've been on it. And a couple of days ago, I saw my holy grail of second-hand mountain bikes.
You have chosen wisely.
Beautiful, well-spec'd carbon 29er, lightly ridden, for an absolute bargain. And there was only one small issue, and that it was in Birmingham. And if you know the UK, I'm all the way down south, and Birmingham's like Midlands, so it's about a 3-hour drive for me, which was a little bit off-putting, going all that way to see a bike which you had no idea if it's going to be good or not, but I decided to take the risk. So I messaged the seller and asked if I could come and look at the bike as soon as possible, basically, because I knew if I didn't get in there, someone else would at that price, and I didn't want that to happen. So yeah, he gave me the address and I set off on my 6-hour round trip to Birmingham. Without going into too much detail about the bike sale, obviously I want to respect the guy's privacy. I arrived and he was really sound, really nice guy. Basically he just bought another bike and didn't need this one anymore, wanted to get rid of it, but I was taking a look over it. It had a few scratches here and there, like a few little stone chips and stuff, but nothing too noticeable, nothing I was worried about, or so I thought at the time. But we'll get into that later. So I headed home with a bike in the back, and I was probably the happiest I've been in a long time. I think as mountain bikers, we all know that new bike day feeling. I was just smiling the whole way home, vibing, basically. It was sick. I phoned my friends Samo and Alex on the way home and told them about the bike, the spec, how much I paid, and Alex thought it was stolen for the price, but I know it wasn't stolen. The guy bought it from the bike shop and they had all the proof of purchase, whatever, so yeah, not stolen, guys, before you think I'm into that dodgy business. But so I am going to let you guys and girls know the price that I paid later on in the video. But firstly, now that the bike is home with me, there's a couple bits on it which I want to change. Previous owner made a couple mods which didn't really sit too right with me, so we're going to sort them out and let's get into that now. So we're going to start by changing out the grips on the bike. Now, the previous owner decided he wanted bright orange grips, which is fair enough, they match the suspension decals, but that's not for me personally. I like something a bit more low-key. And time for some black grips. You already know what these are. But yeah, I think they're going to look a lot better. I'm a bit of a torque wrench advocate now for all bolts after rounding off so many in my mountain bike career, but yeah, make sure you torque your bolts, people. So there are a few stickers in certain places on the bike. I'm not really a fan of stickers, honestly, so I just thought I'd remove them and get a much cleaner look. This Fox one didn't want to come off, sadly, so I had to get the hairdryer out and heat it up. but she eventually came off with a bit of work.
This is not satisfying.
Dashed it. Give the frame a bit of a clean up, get all the residue off, no sticky stuff. Now I got a little bit of a surprise with this one. There were these carbon fibre stickers on the seat stays, and I thought they were going to be nice and beautiful underneath, but no, there was a load of like shoe rub, and that was a real shame. Worn all the way down to the raw carbon. And yeah, it was the same thing on the other side as well, worn down paint under the wrap, but it is what it is.
Not too bad.
When I picked the bike up, sadly it was a bit muddy. It's not the end of the world. Just a bit surprised that it had like bird shit on it still, but what can you do? Drivetrain was a bit gunky and there was mud and crusty stuff everywhere. Bit of rust on the pedals, nothing major. This did surprise me though. The shifter was a bit wobbly like this, which I haven't seen before, and it was actually missing this top retainer bolt, but I found out that a rotor bolt fits in there perfect, so I just put that in for now. This is something I do with every bike that I get. I put the specialized SWAT tool onto the bottle cage, because it's never good to go on a mountain bike ride without a bike tool, and I don't carry a backpack, so it's nice to always have the multi-tool on you. So yeah, those are the few little things I wanted to change on the bike just straight off the bat. Now we're going to get into the cleaning part, which is always fun, and you're going to be able to see the bike for the first time properly. So here she is, in case you hadn't guessed, a specialised stump jumper. Now let's get her cleaned up. Time to spray on a load of bike cleaner. Agitating everywhere with the soft brush. There's me. I don't care what anyone says, I'm always going to use a pressure washer. I just try not to aim it too much into bearings and stuff, but this bike's a couple years old anyway, so I'm probably going to have to replace bearings and everything at some point, so I'm not too bothered. That's the cleaning part done. She's looking beautiful. Now let's get some cinematic shots of it and I'll walk you through everything about the bike. So this is my 2021 Specialized Stump Jumper Carbon Comp. In case you couldn't tell, it's slightly a custom build. It's got Fox factory suspension on, which it doesn't normally come with. It's got a 140mm Fox 36 on the front and a 130mm Travel Float X on the back. It's got a full Shimano SLX drivetrain, which I really like. It's got the 4-pot brakes, SLX mech, crank, cassette, everything. It's a size S5, I'm 6'1", and I thought with the shorter travel bike that this is, I want something slightly longer and something that's not going to feel too twitchy on the descents. So I sized up a little bit, and yeah, I'm really happy with that decision so far. So this is fully how I bought the bike, apart from the pedals, which I've put on myself, the grips, which we saw I put on, and the SWAT tool. Everything else is completely how I bought it, and now I'm going to tell you the magical price that I paid. So, drum roll please, the price I paid for this carbon stump jumper with Fox factory suspension was £1,400.
What?
Which is roughly $1,770 and €1,645. And if that isn't a steal, I don't know what is. That's probably the best bike related deal, or the best deal in general that I've ever got in my whole life. And I'm so happy that I drove all the way to Birmingham to pick this thing up. Obviously, let me know in the comments if you don't think that's a bargain. I mean, I'm not that up to date with the bike prices in America or in Europe other than the UK, so maybe I've overpaid. Maybe in America this bike would have been even cheaper, but I just don't know. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about the price? But yeah, you know what I think about it. Now, there are definitely some upgrades I want to make to this bike, starting off with the tyres. It's currently got Maxxis Minion SS's on, which are like a semi-slick type thing, which I'm definitely changing. There's no way I'm running those. So yeah, tyres are getting changed. I think I'm going to have to change the dropper because it's only a 170mm travel dropper at the moment. But other than that, I'm really happy with it. So that is the end of my new bike day video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be making loads more content on this bike, hopefully. There's a couple of things I want to upgrade, which I might make some videos about. And then obviously I want to take it riding, do some POV stuff at some cool bike parks and just shred it basically. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.